Race cars are really good in doing what they're designed to do, going fast. But the faster you go, the higher the risks, and sometimes it only takes a little bump on the road or a tap in the rear to unsettle a car in high speeds, which could end up in a terrifying crash. Welcome to TMP's Top Series, and today we are listing down 10 of the most spectacular crashes ever caught on camera. Coming in at number 1. Turn 16 at Pikes Peak is dubbed the Devil's Playground, and it's pretty clear why. With a 100 feet drop down a 45 degrees abyss peppered with boulders, this is not a corner you'd like to mess with. Unfortunately for Jeremy Foley, he had fallen prey to this notorious corner, which saw the Evolution Dynamics Evo 8 disintegrated as it rolled 14 times down the hill before finally coming to a complete stop. Thankfully, Jeremy and his co-driver escaped with minor injuries, and the roll cage did what it was supposed to do perfectly. Coming in at number 2, we have the massive incident between Fernando Alonso and Esteban Gutierrez at the 2016 Australian GP. The Spaniard has clipped the Haas at high speeds, sending him straight into wall and barrel rolled twice before coming to a stop.
Did get airborne. Oh, look how far it's gone.
Good grief. This is a bit of judgment.
On board with Alonso. This is in the same turn when Martin Brundle had a very frightening accident in similar fashion.
Very similar to Martin Brundle's accident. I was just thinking exactly the same thing, but boy, he was lucky there.
That has been a massive accident.
Oh, Alonso's out of the car.
The McLaren might have been turned into a serious heap of wreck, but Alonso was seen crawling out of the wreckage not long after, and although with a slight unharmed limp, he lived to testify to the level of safety in motorsports nowadays.
McLaren Honda.
Number 3. The racers you encounter at the Isle of Man TT encompasses an out-of-this-world level of bravery, not only for going on insane speeds on closed public roads, but also for accepting the risks that come with it. Conor Cummins gained overnight fame after a footage showed him flying off a section of the mountain course, thrown helplessly down the hill like a ragdoll. To some, it might look like a fatal accident, but Cummins survived the fall, sustaining injuries to his back, a fractured arm, dislocated knee, and bruising to his lungs. He set out for the remainder of the 2010 season, but returned to the sport a year later.
All I know, I was just gone off the side of the veranda and I've ended up in hospital. It's just with a few broken bones. When I first admitted into Noble's hospital after my accident, I was more concerned about how was I catching the guy in front.
Number 4. Allan McNish's stunt at the 2011 24 Hours of Le Mans was cut short when his Audi R8 LMP1 was reduced to pieces after he clipped a 458 and went straight into the barriers. This scary footage might have been a lot more scarier if he went airborne a couple of meters higher, flying over the barriers and right where the marshals and medias were standing. Luckily for him and the others, the Armco barrier did a terrific job at stopping the car, and the cockpit remained intact despite the heavy impact, saving the Scottish racing driver's life.
It's really difficult to see on that car, and it just looks like that's coming into play here.
And that is a goodness.
Boy, my goodness, that is awesome. That's great to see right there.
That was a massive shot, and the relief at Audi, relief that Allan is okay.
See the emotion there on Dr. Ulrich, and his eyes almost brought to tears.
Number 5. This is probably the nastiest crash we've seen in 2020 so far, and it properly demonstrates how strong rally cars are made today. As defending champions, Tanak was navigating through a stage in the Monte Carlo rally. He lost control of his Hyundai i20 and careered off an embankment. While crashing is nothing new in the world of rallying, the sheer speed he was traveling in had thrown them both, him and his co-driver Martin Jarvioja, into a very nasty spin downhill. However, the duo looked very composed in this code brown moment, and the both of them walked out of it unharmed. Coming in at number 6. A 355 km/h crash sounds awfully scary, but Marcus Ericsson is one of the few that can brag about being in one and surviving it without a crash. While approaching Monza's turn 1 chicane at full throttle, his Sauber C37 suddenly veered to the left, smashing into the barriers at high velocity before barrel rolling numerous times over the grass. It was said that the crash was due to a malfunctioning DRS that failed to close under braking, but unlike the car, the Swede walked away from the crash in one piece and unscathed.
Get you.
The mechanics are looking at the DRS on Leclerc's car. I think we could be looking at a DRS failure. The rear wing flap has not reattached, has not gone down as it should do as soon as Ericsson touched the brake.
You okay? No idea what happened there. Okay, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
Coming in at number 7. The start of the Australian V8 Supercar series at Barbagallo didn't even reach the first corner as a massive accident on the grid had instantly brought the race to a halt. Carl Reindler had stalled his Holden Commodore on the grid, and while some had managed to avoid him, Steve Owen saw him too late and rammed into the back of him in high speed. The crash resulted in a big fireball and both drivers scrambled to get out of their cars. Owen escaped the blaze unscathed while Reindler only suffered minor burns to his hands and face.
Involved behind, it's really hard to pick up.
It's a Kelly car, I think.
Yeah, it was a black Commodore by the looks of things. Scafie, it's hard to see.
I think it's Todd Kelly's car.
He was starting right down the back.
We've got a red flag, you just need to move around pit lane.
The race is stopped. It's Steve Owen, the VIP Petford's car. He's out of the car, he's okay. Oh, man. And Dave Reynolds pulled out of the way. Owen completely unsighted. He had no chance.
He had nowhere to go, did he?
And that's just punched straight into the fuel cell. It split the cell. The fuel's been ignited, but there's a whole lot of electrical apparatus in the back of the car.
Coming in at number 8. Macau is notoriously known for its fast and tight course, which had preyed on countless cars over the years. However, this incident from the 2018 Macau GP uncovered a risk of Macau that we've never seen before, reminding us that the risk can be unpredictable. While still skidding in speed, her Dallara Mercedes F3 machine was launched into the air by the blue inside sausage curb, flew over the barriers and plowed straight into the photographer's bunker. Sophia suffered a spinal fracture with 2 photographers and a track marshal who were injured in the crash as well. Coming in at number 9. Although Peter Drumbrecht has a successful racing career, he is more famously known for his spectacular somersault in the Mercedes CLR at La Sarthe in 1999. Surprising, this was not the first time the car went airborne, as Mark Webber also suffered the same type of crash not once, but twice in the days leading to the race. Drumbrecht was trailing a Toyota 75 laps into the race, and all of a sudden, the car caught air and completed 3 somersaults, flew beyond the barriers, and landed up out of sight. Apparently, the CLR has a tendency to lift off when trailing a car too close. Luckily, Dumbrack was alright from the crash, and not surprisingly, Mercedes pulled the plug on the program afterwards.
At least have been somewhat cushioned by the inherent strength of the car.
And coming in at number 10. In a Porsche GT3 Cup Brazil race back in 2015, son of three-time F1 champion Nelson Piquet, Pedro Piquet, was swapping paint with Ricardo Baptista through the circuit's fast right-hander. However, things turned out from bad to ugly in a blink of an eye, as Baptista's car speared into Piquet, lifting it up and pushing it out of the track. The left tires of Piquet dug into the ground and sent him flipping through the air 9 times. It looked like a violent crash indeed, but Piquet walked away from the incident with just some heavy bruising on his face. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you today, and thank you for watching our TMP's Top Series. If you like the series or if you like the video, do leave a like and share and subscribe to this page, and do follow us for more content like this, as we'll be coming up more interesting content for you in the Motorsports series. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Motorsports people, and thank you very much.